Hey all, I hope you're having a good day and you're staying clear of coronavirus. Had a couple of big arrivals the last couple of days, and so just wanted to show you a bit more, open up the boxes, take it from there. First I'll go with the one that came today. This is a Monaco 1133B from Eric Wind. Packaging, obviously pretty fucking awesome. These boxes really make the watches look super professional. He's awesome seller. Definitely recommend you check out his website. He's obviously got a pretty big following on Instagram too. Has some really nice pieces and definitely focuses hard on unpolished watches, which is an interesting one for me. Definitely when I first got into collecting, wasn't something I even thought of, and now I can't even look at a polished watch without kind of screwing up my nose and not wanting to run away with it away from it at 60 miles an hour. So this one came up on his website over the weekend, I think, and I've been looking out for a Monaco for a while. I really like the square dial, the blue, the red, all that kind of stuff. And as soon as I saw that Eric had one up there, then I had to take it down. So yeah, this came earlier today, and these inner boxes are just awesome. I've seen Eric talk about them on a live stream a couple of times recently. They really protect the watch during shipping. So what you can see is, before we even get into the watch, they've got like a springy cellophane plasticky layer inside, and it's pretty tight. So it's basically, when it presses down and you put the pressure on these little switches here, it just secures the watch fully in place. And so you've got absolutely no chance of that watch moving. And if it does fall, it's got a bit of springiness, so that you've got a bit of protection against the watch from getting damaged. So yeah, the watch here. One thing I'd say about Eric, he takes super detailed macro pictures of the watches. And when you actually look at macro pictures, you actually see more flaws in the watch than you would do with the naked eye. So actually what I find is, when I've bought from him, is that the watches themselves are way cooler in person than they even look in the photos, because you're seeing right up to the nose of the detail and the minor imperfections in the watch, which you won't see day to day with your actual eyes, which is great. I think it's a really good way to sell watches, a really reputable way to do it. I think I'd rather be given way too much information on the detail of a watch and make my own decision on it, than be given 50,000 feet pictures that show nothing and just give a broad outline. I think it just enables the collector to make discerning choices about the watches that they're buying. So yeah, there's obviously a very well-known model here from Heuer. You can see the square case, the blue dial, the white subdials, the red hands. This one is, as you can tell, super unpolished. You could cut somebody with this thing, the sharpness of the edges, which is something that I really enjoy. I can't remember. I think I wound this about a couple of hours ago. I don't know if there's got anything left in it, but yeah, what a great looking watch. Classic. This is the model that Steve McQueen wore in the movie Le Mans. Obviously the famous 24-hour car race. And you can just see all those amazing details on this watch. This fitted with the caliber 12 movement. The caliber 11s were one of the first automatic chronograph movements. Obviously a big fight there between who was the first company to come up with the automatic movement. Was it the El Primero? Was it the caliber 11 or the chronomatic, whatever the hell you want to call it? Because it was a collaboration of multiple manufacturers that got together to put this movement. Or was it the Seiko movement that you find in the Pogue? I'm a fan of all of them. In fact, because I'm actually kind of writing an article right now on those three movements. You can see a Pogue in here, which also bought from Eric, and then a Movado Super Sub C, El Primero, because obviously before Movado decided to turn into a piece of shit, they had a link up and were actually kind of a conglomerate with Zenith and another company whose name I can't remember, but it was kind of selling lower end market watches. Yeah, love this watch. Like, just look at that. That might be my favorite bezel ever. Just so cool. But anyway, yes. The caliber 12 movement here, kind of dating from, I think, 1972-ish, or 71, 72-ish lines with the movie. You can also see this bracelet, which is just ridiculous. This was, I've not bought a lot of bracelets. I mean, I know I just showed one on both of the two watches that I put together, because I normally, I probably won't wear this bracelet a lot, but this bracelet in itself is worth a decent amount, and one I'm just going to take off and keep. It's enormous. Like, my tiny baby 6.5-inch wrist won't stand any chance of putting this on, and I have no intention of taking any links out of this right now. So it's great to have. I'm going to kind of keep it, put it in the safe, and probably won't wear it too much, but it's kind of nice as a collector's piece to have that. But I much personally prefer leather straps or NATOs, either way. So yeah, great looking watch. Let me just check that it's has it got anything in the tank? Nope. So hold on. Let's see if I can shake it up a bit. There we go. Look at that red sweep. Amazing. It's just a classical dial combination, and that's square instead of the usual circle. Just I've got a book called Chronographs for Collectors, which is an awesome book if you are really into vintage chronographs. And they put this as kind of an afterthought on the Monaco. Which probably quite rightly, they put the 2447 in the 25 amazing chronographs that you need to own kind of thing, and then they put 10 more in the appendix, including the Monaco. I mean, I love the 2447 again, because I got one of those yesterday, but I've been thinking about getting one of those for the longest time. But yeah, this looks really cool. Oh, obviously it ran out of charge pretty quick. Just gonna stop it. I'm gonna reset it. There we go. Just look, everything resets to 0. The hour and the minute hands all reset to 0, just perfect. And again, just look at the condition on this for a basically 50-year-old watch now. To have not been polished more than anything else, I'm actually less concerned about minor dings, like see on that corner there, you can see a little one. I don't care about it. I'd rather just have the watch looking like all the corners and the crevices and the edges looking like they would have been as they left the factory, but with all the dings on it. But this one, like I say, it hasn't got too many dings. Yeah, great watch. I'll be writing some stuff up about that. Also cool with this one was the fact that it came with box and papers, which, again, I'm not it doesn't really bother me about box and papers. They're cool, nice to have. I'm not going to go seeking them out. But I've heard that the box and the papers themselves can go for a heck of a lot of money, but again, these are going to go in the safe. Can't strap that box to my wrist and wear that out all day. So it's awesome. Nice bit of provenance, nice bit of history, nice bit of adds a little bit of value to the item. But I care more about the watch, and I'll be putting this on a nice strap. Just ordered one from Veblenist, if I've said that right, who's a Chicago-based watch strap company, which is and they produce some really nice straps at a reasonable price. So I've ordered I think 3 of those, because I got a couple of other things. Oh, wrist check. I'm wearing this bad boy, also from Eric. It looks awesome. Right, so putting that one away for a second. Okay, so the other watch I got was the T447. I got that from Mentor Watches, Adam at Mentor Watches. This one is just wow. I actually put this in one of Eric's cases because I actually really like his cases, and I think they're the best way to store watches. So I got another different watch from Eric at some point, and I just really wanted to put this 2447 into there just to keep it extra safe and secure. Actually, Adam does send these type cases, which are also cool. Like they're 95% as good as the ones from Eric. I like being able to stretch the whole thing out and see the whole strap, particularly on a leather one. And so I just put this this Pogue into here just because it's got a full metal bracelet again, which I'll be ripping off at some point. It just easy to put that one in there. So yeah, this 2447 NT, which I've been speaking to Vintage on Instagram. He has 15 of these in his database. So obviously a pretty darned rare piece. I think first came out around 1968, 69, something like that. The thing that makes it super rare, super distinct is the tachymeter dial on this. So you can see there, you can read off how damn fast you're going. If you had a mile length track and you press the button, and when the car started and you got to the end of the mile and stop the button, this would tell you your speed in miles per hour, which is awesome. I've been looking for a 2447 for a while, but not been rushing into it because I've really wanted one of the earlier models. Initially I kind of had my heart set on like the original 1963 eggshell, but I just had been waiting and looking, and then this one came. I saw this on Instagram and I was like, done. Immediately had to buy it, just given the rarity of it. There's a couple of good articles on this watch out there. I think there's one by the owner of Rare Birds. You definitely Google it. Rob or Bizarmu on Instagram owned this watch for a while. Not this one, but this model of watch. I think he said he sold it to buy something else. But yeah, he owned this watch, this one for a while. But yeah, only and the Vintage, again, go take a look at his Instagram page because he's got some really cool stuff. And produces some of the most amazing books on watches you'll ever see in your entire life. I just recently was talking to him because I just wrote an article on the blog, a tropical dial, which is something I just set up because, I don't know, fuck it, coronavirus. It's boring as fuck being locked up, so why not do something you enjoy and spend some time writing some articles and putting some stuff together. I just wrote an article on UG, which is a watch company that I'm trying to get more into. So kind of, I thought, well, I may as well educate myself and write an article at the same time, with a big focus on their compacts and tri-compacts of the 60s, which are obviously a lot of people are obsessed with right now. But yeah, definitely check out his books on Vintage and UG Vintage. He's the man on just. There was an auction at Phillips. No, was it Phillips? I might be wrong, but there was an auction maybe a year or two ago where a lot of his watches, along with the guy who he puts the books together with, they sold a ton of their collection and they went for some really amazing prices. But yeah, he knows everything about everything. I checked the serial number with him, all that kind of stuff, and he was like, yep, that's period, that's right. So just a nice, if you're ever wondering about the provenance, whether a piece is right, these guys are really helpful, and as long as you're not spamming them every 5 minutes saying, is this good, is this good, is this good, I think they're really, they are true genuine collectors, and they're trying to be helpful to the community. Just another good resource when buying a vintage watch is just getting to know the experts on that particular brand and on that particular reference number. It really helps with you making a buying decision. You can see this wonderful black dial, the white outer dial, the tachymeter scale, the white hands, a couple of lume pips missing, but I don't care too much about that. Just there you go, you can see the lume pips there. Fades super quickly, which is what you would expect on a watch of this age. Nothing really left on the hands, but that's cool. Yeah, so, and the lugs are great, super crisp. Maybe I can't quite decide whether it's had the tiniest to tiniest polishes at some point in its life. I'm erring on the side of not, but if it did, somebody basically wiped it over and just did it the tiniest polish on it. I don't think so, but again, what do I know? Still an amazing piece, still, like I say, just rarest of rare. These things don't come to market. particularly in the last 10 years, as more and more is known about these different pieces and the rarity of them. These don't come to market, they get locked up, and this is going to stay on my balance sheet for a very, very long time. Great watch. Yeah, so obviously not going into too much detail here, but I know you want to hear all the detail. So yeah, sorry, Adam, not shitting on your watch boxes. I just like Eric's more. So yeah, so that's me. Those are the couple of watches I've had the last couple of days. Really loving collection. A couple of things on the list to go next, but try not to go too crazy, because who knows where prices are going from here. I have a feeling we could go down, but I'm also not going to miss up on miss opportunities of a lifetime to get really, really cool watches in really amazing conditions. It does sound like the vintage market's held up super well. I'm definitely seeing more and more people on Instagram trying to get rid of more modern pieces, and I have far less confidence in those retaining value. So we'll see where things clear out, but yeah, that's it from me. Just a quick 15-minute video just going through a couple of recent purchases, and I hope you all have a great day.